In section 2-1b, you're going to solve an equation with variables on both sides of the equation and also identify identities and contradictions. So let's start out with an example. Here we want to distribute, so we have 3w plus 21 minus 5 equals w plus 12. Okay, what I want you to think of this as is two different expressions. I want you to simplify each side first. So that's going to give us, we're going to put these like terms together, so it's going to be 3w plus 16 equals w plus 12. Okay, now I always like to have my variable on the left-hand side, and it really does help out, especially when you get into inequalities. So let's move this w over to the other side, and now I have 2w plus 16 equals 12. Oops. All right, now I can subtract 16 from both sides. And I have 2w equals negative 4. If I divide by 2, I end up with w equals negative 2. Now, one of three things can happen when you solve an equation. You'll get an answer like this, w equals 2. And the other two cases are called identities and contradictions. So let's see what happens to make them identities and contradictions. Okay, we're going to still distribute here, and that's going to give us a negative 12, or sorry, let's do the, I skipped right over the 2 there. It's going to give you 2x minus 12 equals negative 5x minus 12 plus 7x. Okay, now same thing here. I want to simplify each side, so I'm covering this side up, can't combine any like terms. Cover this side up, I can combine the 7x and the minus 5x. So that's going to give me a 2x minus 12. Okay, now right from here you can see that those sides are identical. If I wanted to, I could move this over to the other side, minus 2x, and I have negative 12 equals negative 12. Now this, we've lost the variable, but this is definitely a true statement. And when that happens, the way to interpret that is all real numbers will work. I could substitute a 1 in here, here, and here, and it would be a true statement. I could substitute a negative 50 in here, here, and here, and it would be a true statement. You can go ahead and try that if you want to. So the solution is all real numbers. Now don't put infinity. Sometimes I have students write infinity, but the correct solution is all real numbers. Okay, so that's the identity. It's identical on either side. Any real number will work. Now let's look at what happens with a contradiction. We have 3x. Well, we can actually just simplify right here. Why don't we do that instead of rewriting it twice? We can simplify here. So that's going to give me a negative x minus 9. Equals, now this is like having a negative 1 outside. So we can say negative 5 and then minus x. Okay, what happens if we add x to both sides is now I have negative 5 equals negative 5. Well, that's a false statement. So what that means is, let's just write down here, that negative 5 is not equal to negative 5. So no values make that true. So we can't find a number in the real number system to substitute in here, here, and here and make that a true statement. So if the statement is false, it's called a contradiction. If it's true, it's called an identity. Now if it's false, there is no solution. Or we just go no solution like that. All right, you have a few questions on the You Try It side.